Hello, good day. This is the daily analysis of S&P 500 Nasdaq and Dow Jones for the week of January. As predicted, the price moved upward with increased momentum and is currently holding near the buy targets. Here, there has been accumulation, and at the moment the price has reacted to this 4-hour order block zone. It is predicted that the price will have a short-term slide downward, and eventually it will react to this order block zone, and if there is an increase in momentum and bearish displacement. If it closes below the order block zone, it could continue the bearish trend. It will continue on its own until it eventually reaches this 4-hour order block zone. In this area, we can look for a trading strategy targeting the swing highs in this section, and if we identify a reversal pattern in the order block candle there, we can look for a buy position in the market in this area. By analyzing the 1-hour time frame, it could be predicted that the price would have a short-term correction to the downside, and then, after that, it would move upward with momentum, as we can see from here. With increasing momentum and buying pressure in the market, the price moved upward. The focus remains on the buy side. It consolidated the site and finally reacted to this 1-hour rejection block area. Now, with a sharp move downward, it has entered a bearish phase, which could provide a reaction at this area. It might react to an FVG or order block candle in this zone and then continue its bullish trend. By analyzing the RSI, we can see that there is a negative divergence, although the price has already reflected this divergence, and as it approaches the oversold area, it could continue its bullish trend. On the 15-minute time frame, during the Asian session, the price had an accumulation move, and at the start of the London session, there was a kind of manipulation move. It is predicted that during the New York session, there will be a distribution move to the upside. In the near future, on the 4-hour time frame, it was also predicted that the price would continue its bullish trend. And ultimately, we were looking for a reaction at the rejection block area, and with the increase in momentum, we can see, one, that it hasn't closed above this area yet. The buy-side liquidity has been collected here, and currently it is undergoing a downward correction. It is expected that it will react to this order block area and continue its bullish trend. However, if it closes below the order block area, it could continue its bearish trend and eventually at the lower levels. There is a 4-hour order block. We can look for a trading strategy for a buy position targeting the swing high and the buy-side liquidity in this area. On the 1-hour time frame, it was anticipated that the price would have a short-term correction, move downward, and then enter a bullish phase afterward. However, with increased momentum, it moved upward. It collected liquidity here and is currently in a short-term correction. If it gets rejected upwards from this FVG area, it could actually move toward the buy-side liquidity. If it enters this significant order block area, it could potentially. From this area, you can actively look for a potential trading strategy specifically targeting the prominent swing highs and distinct swing lows within this particular range. We can see that during the Asian session, the price had an accumulation move. In the London session, a manipulation move is taking place, which suggests that in the New York session, we can expect a distribution move upwards, and you should be looking for buy-side opportunities here, specifically in the Dow Jones on the 4-hour time frame. The price has continued its bullish trend as predicted, and currently upon review, it has formed here. We predict that the price will have a short-term correction. We see that a descending wave has formed here. We predict that the price may have a short-term downward correction as there is a unicorn zone, an FG zone, and finally an order block zone here. The price could have a short-term drop, enter the order block zone, and from there continue its upward bullish trend. If also it continues ultimately in this zone, we can also look for a buy setup. If it fails, it can continue its downward trend, and ultimately in these zones we can look for a trading strategy. If the price manages to break through the order block area, it will have broken a change of character level, which indicates a shift in trend from bullish to bearish. It is also anticipated that the price will have a short-term drop to the downside. Here, there was a clearly defined order block zone, and it was strongly anticipated that the price would meticulously collect the remaining sell-side liquidity from this specific area, subsequently moving decisively upward with significant momentum. Indeed, as the buying momentum progressively increased within the market, the price indeed moved steadily upward, carefully collecting all the remaining buy-side liquidity that was present here, and ultimately closed firmly above the established order block zone. At this precise point, there is a distinct zone of considerable interest. Here, a unique zone called the unicorn has formed, and by analyzing the order flow, we can see that the price has entered a potential zone which indicates the continuation of the bullish trend in the market. The price might only experience a short-term correction downward, after which it is expected to continue its bullish trend. At this point, we can observe a CVD divergence on the 15-minute time frame. We can see that the price has shown an accumulation move during the Asian session, and in the London session as well, there is an accumulation move, which could also occur during the New York session. We can see that the price has shown an accumulation move during the Asian session, and in the London session as well, there is an accumulation move, which could lead to a distribution move to the downside during the New York session. After that, it may continue its bullish trend, but with increased momentum, it might not even have a correction and could enter a bullish phase, which could react to this supply zone in this area, which is a wishing you success and profits.